Listening is difficult. For context, I'm a college student working the first-level help desk for my university. On this bright and beautiful day, the help desk was a bit busier than usual. This story starts with me answering the phone. Sorry in advance that this is so long, but there's a lot of small details I don't want to leave out. Me, IT help desk, this is res19. Frustrating user, yeah, I'm trying to log in, but every time I log in it says username or password is incorrect. I go through the process of getting her name and look up her account to get started. Then I just confirm that we're on the same page with what her issue is. Me, okay, I have your account info. So, you said you were having trouble logging in, is that right? F you, no, I said I was having trouble resetting my password. When I access the password change tool, it doesn't let me change it. And I called about this same problem a while ago and someone said they were going to call me back, but they never did, and now I'm not able to log into my account. I don't want to assume that she changed her story, so I think maybe I just misheard what she said her problem was, so I just move on and try to start troubleshooting. Me, oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me check our ticketing system and see if I can find that old ticket to get up to speed on what we've already done with you, and see if I can find out why no one called you back like you were expecting. At this point, I was unable to find the old ticket. This person's name had a hyphen in it, which turned out to be the reason I couldn't find it because in AD, they name did not have a hyphen, but in the ticketing system, it did. I would find this out later though. Me, well, let's start by doing a password reset so that we know we have a fresh, working password to use for our troubleshooting. Since we can't reset faculty passwords here at the help desk, we'll have to create a ticket for this and have our network team reset it, and then we'll give you a call back when that's done. F you, no response from her, so I sit there on the phone not knowing what to say for a minute. I thought maybe she thought she hung up, because I hear her mumbling and typing in the background. Eventually, I say something again. Me, so, is this number you're calling from a good number to call you back at? F you, silence for a few seconds. I mean, I never got a call back last time so I don't know. Chuckles in a petty, accusatory way. But yeah, this num. Actually, no, let me give you a different number. I swear, this person used every opportunity possible to slip in the fact that supposedly, someone forgot to call her back last time. That's great lady, but I honestly don't care. I have no idea what happened last time, so just let me help you this time. Me, okay, so I've sent that ticket off and I'll give you a call back when that's done. Also, I've made you the requester on the ticket so you'll receive any updates on the ticket to your email address. F you, so I'll get updates to the email address that I can't even access? How is that supposed to help? But didn't she just mention a few minutes ago that the issue wasn't that she was having trouble logging in? I thought her issue was just that she's not been able to manually change her password? I consider calling her out on this, but decide it's best not to stoke the flames and try to cover myself and pretend we're on the same page so we can just get through this. Me, that's okay, I'll be calling you back anyways before anything else happens, so don't worry about checking your email. F you, okay, well, I didn't get a call back last time. We finished the call. Now that we're off the phone, I spend a little more time looking for this past ticket she keeps referencing. Maybe I can figure out where some miscommunication between us happened in the past. I finally find it when a coworker mentions that they found it for me. This is when I find out that her name has a hyphen, which is what made it difficult to find before. Here's the important part. This ticket we found for our last interaction with her doesn't match up to what she's been saying. The issue described in the ticket is identical to what she's describing now. However, in the ticket, there's no mention of anyone ever having had a need to call her, other than the final, most recent comment saying that one of our other employees confirmed over the phone with her that she was able to log in successfully, and there are no more issues. As far as I can tell, no one ever told her to expect a call back for anything, especially because the last interaction we have on record for her says that her issue was resolved over the phone. Anyways, by now, the password is reset so I call her back. After 2 rings, the call declines and goes to voicemail. I let her know that the password is reset and to give us a call back so we can confirm that the password works. After which we'll begin troubleshooting the problem with her not being able to change her password. Both me and my coworker look at each other and are thinking the same thing. She didn't answer, and now she'll probably call back tomorrow claiming she didn't get a call back. But luckily, this story doesn't head that way. A minute later, she calls back. Me, IT desk, this is res19. F you, hi yeah, this is F you, I'm just calling back. Me, oh okay, then did you by chance have a chance to listen to the voicemail I left? F you, yep. Me, perfect, so I'll start by reading off this temporary password for you to use. I read off the password and ask her to log in to one of the university services to confirm it works, which it does. Me, okay, so since it works, can I have you log into your email? I'm sending you a link right now to the password change page so you don't have to go search for it on the knowledge base. She says nothing for a few minutes, then says her email kicked her out. Me, strange, which version of Outlook were you using? The desktop or web version? FU, desktop. Me, okay, give me a second to check a couple things. I was thinking that maybe somehow Outlook for desktop detected the password change and kicked her out. I've never heard of that happening in the past, but just in case, I figured I should check if that's possible. Me, could you try logging into your email on the web version instead? FU, that is where I logged in. Me, I thought you said you were on the desktop version? FU, about 30 seconds of silence pass. FU, oh, there's the email, I got to the page now. Me, perfect, can you click the button that says enroll as password reset tool? FU, I've already done that in the past. Me, I understand, but in the past that has solved this issue for some people, so I'd still like to have you go through that process. She does it, and tries changing her password afterwards, and it still doesn't work. I also have her try keeping the hyphen in her username in case the discrepancy between names was the issue previously, but that also doesn't work. Me, okay, give me one moment to check if your account is locked for any reason. It isn't. At this point, I'm thinking I may have to end the call here and escalate to someone else. But then, FU, oh, if I follow the link from the email instead of how I used to access that page, it works. Me, oh, that's great. Me, internally, so you were lying about having followed the link earlier, huh? The call ends just in time for my shift to end, and I go to my next class for the day, Engineering Secure Software. Story 2. Not the usual fare for this group? Back in the 80s-90s, I was a developer at a company that made geographic information system software. This software ran on just about every flavor of Unix out there. It consisted of multiple programs that communicated with each other through queues and semaphores. Also, being Unix, it was perfectly possible to run multiple copies of the software at the same time. Every now and then the software would crash and you'd have to manually kill all the queues. We had a shell script called ipcrm that cleaned up all the resources that belonged to the current user. Now the sharp-eyed readers here would have noticed that current user thing. Obviously, if there were two people using the software at the same time, you wouldn't want them to be using the same user ID. Not just for the ipcrm reason, but also because if you didn't use separate user ID for each user, there'd be no way to track who had done what. When we set up these systems for a client, we'd send out a tech to help set it up. And the techs had a special account set up so they could do some checking of the setup before the client started using it. The password on this special account was originally just the first 3 letters of the month backwards, so in March it would be RAM and in September it would be PES. But the techs didn't like that, and said it was too confusing, so we made it. Note, computers weren't connected to the internet, so this wasn't as scary as it sounds, but worse than that, the techs told the users about this account, and users being users, they all used it instead of their own accounts. So no auditing, and every time one person's session died they would run ipcrm and it would kill everybody else's session as well.